What's going on, my friends? This is Gamer for Life. I hope you've been doing good and staying safe away from all of this virus stuff going around. This has definitely been some crazy times, and not just in life, but also on the game. I'm sure you all know the craziness that's been happening on the game the past week. I mean, it's been unplayable in the DZ, my favorite place to be. And with all these guys doing a damage glitch, it's one thing using it in PvE, but when you bring it into the DZ and use it against other players, that's just an asshole move in my opinion. I mean, somebody's one-shotting you with a pebble from their pistol because they've glitched it up to over 3+ million DPS, and then they proceed to emote all over you like they actually put some skill into the kill. It's like, come on guys, what are you doing? So I've definitely taken a break from playing in the DZ, but fortunately they have finally put a patch out that I think has taken care of that damage glitch. Hopefully for good, but you never know. Anyway, what I've been doing, I've got this pretty decent build together for you guys. I did a build video for an awesome healer build in group play. Definitely is a group build. It's a support build. You keep the DPSers alive, and they take you through whatever activity that you're doing, whether it's a mission or just playing PvP in the DZ. So, but I did want to get a build together that's going to give you amazing heals, but also you're not just going to deal out DPS, you're going to deal out high DPS. And hopefully this build does that for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into this thing here. So getting into the pieces, I have one piece RNK, which the One Piece brand set gives you plus 15% incoming repairs. This mask has max weapon damage, max crit chance, 11.6 crit damage, and a 17.8% incoming repair mod. And for those of you who don't know, the incoming repairs is any kind of skill like your fixer drone or your restorer hive. These are all incoming repairs. Also on my chest piece, have max armor, 5.4% crit chance, 11.2% crit damage, with an 18.1% incoming repair mod on that as well. And this has unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor with a 60-second cooldown. Backpack, and this is some 5'11" stuff. And there's not too many videos where you're gonna see people wearing 5'11". So this is the two-piece 5'11". You got plus 10% health. And the reason we have it, plus 15% incoming repairs. Again, this backpack has 159k armor, 9.4 skill damage, 19.2% repair skills, which is basically doing the same thing as the incoming repairs. Repair skills, the more percentage you have, the better your skill that's healing you is going to deal out more heals. This also has a plus 18.4% incoming repairs. The talent is Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of plus 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10. So you can see we have a lot of stuff giving us heals, giving us bonus armor, giving us, you know, a whole nother armor bar basically. But we also have some good DPS in this thing too. Holster, max weapon damage, 14% repair skills here. Obviously you'd rather have it better, but can't have everything God rolled. Plus 6% crit chance, which is max. On the Fox prayers, amazing knee pads. I would definitely recommend farming for these. 13.6 weapon damage, 15% damage to target out of cover, which is awesome. And also I rolled on a max plus 20% repair skills on this as well. And the gloves, max weapon damage, plus 11% damage to armor, plus 4.9% critical hit chance. These are contractor's gloves. Again, these are some pretty awesome gloves when you're talking about dealing out as much DPS as possible with that damage to armor perk. And the one piece of this is plus 10% LMG damage. So let's go ahead and take a look at our weapons. 489.9k for the M1A. That's high DPS. I mean, technically, if you felt that you could, do good with less armor, you could go like 900k armor, and you can get this and roll one of either the chest piece or the backpack with more weapon damage, and you can get this over 520k if you really wanted to. But this is I think this is a pretty good balance. What I have, 489.9k. That has 15% rifle damage, 11% crit hit damage, and 6% damage to armor with perfect lucky shot. Magazine capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. Also, I have this pestilence. It's hitting for 90k, 13% LMG damage, max damage out of cover, max damage to armor. Got pretty lucky on this. This is a fairly easy exotic to get. These drop quite a bit in the DZ, so just go farm into the DZ, and you'll more than likely get probably more than one in a session in the DZ. I've gotten 4 or 5 in one session before, playing just a couple of hours in the DZ. Or you could go to the targeted loot areas in the open world that has LMGs as a targeted loot. They drop there quite often as well. But anyway, I'm sure you know, but I'll just go over the talent. Plague of the Outcast. Hits apply debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. So I've got some very nice burst DPS, but I also have some pretty decent DPS over time as well. So that's always a good thing. Let's go ahead and look at these stats. So we're hitting for 42.3% crit chance, which for as much repair skills, incoming repairs, and all this stuff that I have on my gear, be able to have this much crit chance is pretty good, in my opinion. Also 58.8% crit hit damage, 60% headshot damage, 17% armor damage, which is awesome. So you're also hitting for 68.4% all weapon damage bonus. The rifle damage bonus is 40%. And you also have 15 on assault rifles, which we're not using, 10% on LMGs. But the real stats you want to look at, what makes this build, even though it has high DPS, take a look at this, 84.3% incoming repairs, and that is awesome. That's a lot of healing that you have coming in. That you're basically a high DPS build and an amazing healer build for yourself. This is definitely a great solo build to have. And let me go ahead and show you. Obviously, I'm using the Technician. Now, some will say, well, why don't you use Survivalist? It gives you that 15% increased outgoing healing. And while that is true, let's take a look at Technician. Technician 1, first of all, it gives you plus 10% skill healing. So your skills are healing for 10% more. Still, you would say, okay, but Survivalist has 15%. But this also gives you plus 1 skill tier. And let's see what that skill tier gives us. The 1 skill tier gives us an additional 20% armor repair and plus 70% health for our drone, right? For the Restore Hive, it gives us an additional 3 repair charges, plus 20% healing, plus 20% range, and plus 70% health. So you can definitely see why I'm using the technician as far as giving us more heals than using something like survivalist that gives you that 15%. But this build here, I would say, is definitely a great solo high DPS, but also keeping yourself alive build. I run through hard and challenging missions in no time. If you want to use this in heroic, if you felt you have to play more cover shooter if you're going to do heroic. And if you really feel like you want that extra life, you can throw on a revive hive, because your drone is still going to be healing you quite a bit. You're still going to get some great heals from your drone. Personally, when I do heroic, I just keep on the restore hive, because it's giving me so much armor that I'm not dying. I've got unbreakable, I've got bloodsucker. That's all. I've always got bonus armor stacked on top of my armor all the time, and also the unbreakable gives you an extra life itself. But if you're in heroic and you feel you just want to have that as a backup, since obviously if you die in heroic, then you have to go back to the beginning of the mission, then just go ahead and put on a revive hive. But for hard content, challenging content, just having this is perfectly fine. Like I said, I just run through the hard and challenging missions with no problem at all. So I hope this build helped you guys out. As always, YouTube, take it easy.